The scandalous charm of Su Kai, from unknown rookie to China's 50 million fan idol. When Su Kai first stepped into the entertainment world, few believed he would make it. He wasn't born into fame, didn't come from an elite acting family, and had no powerful agency pushing him forward. He was simply a young man with sharp eyes, a sculpted face, and an instinct for emotion that no acting class could teach. But fate has a funny way of finding those who are meant to shine. Su Kai's presence, calm, confident, and quietly electric, drew attention even before he spoke a single line. He wasn't loud or arrogant, he was hungry. Every audition was a battlefield, every small role a chance to prove his worth. Slowly, that hunger turned into momentum. And soon, people started whispering, "Who is that guy?" The unknown boy from Shenzhen was about to become a name every fan across Asia would scream for. For most actors, success takes years. For Su Kai, it took one breathtaking performance to flip his destiny. With his signature gaze and magnetic aura, he brought emotion, vulnerability, and authenticity to a role that turned him into a national sensation overnight. Audiences were captivated by his ability to merge quiet strength with emotional chaos. He wasn't just handsome, he was real. That one breakout performance made him the talk of the town. His social media exploded with millions of new fans. His name dominated the trending lists, and within months, Su Kai transformed from a rookie into one of the hottest rising stars in China. But behind the glamour was a young man overwhelmed by the sudden pressure of fame. New scripts, brand offers, interviews, and a public hungry to know everything about him. Yet Su Kai remained grounded. He didn't let stardom intoxicate him. Instead, he saw it as a responsibility, the beginning of a mission to become not just famous, but unforgettable. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. And soon, Su Kai's meteoric rise came with an unwanted companion, scandal. Social media turned into a battlefield of rumors. Every glance, every photo, every female co-star became a headline. But here's the twist, instead of letting gossip destroy him, Su Kai weaponized silence. He didn't explain. He didn't retaliate. He let the work speak for itself. In a culture obsessed with online drama, that restraint became his strength. Each new role he took seemed like a quiet statement, "Judge me by my work, not by your assumptions." And surprisingly, the audience respected that. In time, Su Kai's so-called scandals became irrelevant compared to his growing list of memorable performances. He had done something few stars could, turn controversy into curiosity, and curiosity into lasting admiration. There's something hypnotic about Su Kai's acting, something beyond technique. He doesn't need extravagant dialogue or grand gestures. One lingering stare, one subtle sigh, one half-smile, and suddenly, the audience feels everything he's feeling. His eyes tell stories words cannot express, of love, betrayal, heartbreak, and quiet strength. Even when he's still, his energy fills the screen. Fans often replay his scenes not for the lines, but for the emotions buried in those silent moments. Critics say Su Kai possesses cinematic empathy, an instinctive ability to make the viewer's heart beat with his own. That's why his performances transcend language and culture.
Ever look carries a heartbeat. Ever tier feels real.
And that raw emotional transparency has made Su Kai more than a handsome idol. He's an artist capable of turning silence into symphony. Su Kai knew early that beauty fades, but skill endures. So while others chased fanservice scripts, he sought growth. He took roles that were difficult, even risky. Characters with flaws, contradictions, and emotional scars. He didn't want to be trapped in the shallow world of idol perfection. Instead, he wanted audiences to see the man behind the pretty face, complex, emotional, and evolving. Every new project showed another layer of his craft. One role revealed his vulnerability, another, his quiet strength. He studied his characters deeply, questioning their motives, understanding their pain. And slowly, his reputation changed. People stopped calling him just a romantic lead, and started calling him a serious actor. That transformation, from screen heartthrob to multifaceted artist, proved that Su Kai wasn't chasing popularity, he was chasing legacy. Off-screen, Su Kai's magnetism continues to draw admiration. Unlike many stars who broadcast every moment of their lives, he remains intentionally private. That mystery only makes him more intriguing. When he does speak, his words reveal a man of introspection. He often says that fame is temporary, but character is eternal. He treats staff, co-stars, and fans with respect, earning a reputation for humility despite his immense success. His calm, confident demeanor gives off the aura of an old-school gentleman, elegant, poised, and thoughtful. Even in interviews, he listens before answering, smiles instead of boasting, and avoids sensationalism. This quiet charisma separates him from the noise of modern celebrity culture. While others chase attention, Suu-kai builds connection. And that's why fans call him not just a star, but a role model. Suu-kai's 50 million fans aren't just followers, they're believers. They see in him the rare combination of vulnerability and strength, the dreamer who worked his way to the top without shortcuts. Fans from across Asia organize events, write letters, create art, and even donate to charity in his name. They don't just admire him, they protect him. During controversies, they defend him fiercely online. During new releases, they flood social media with excitement. But what makes this bond special is that Suu-kai never takes it for granted. He interacts sincerely, expressing gratitude rather than superiority. He once said in an interview, "Without my fans, I'd be a story no one heard." That humility forged a connection deeper than fandom, a mutual respect that keeps his empire thriving, even in the ever-changing storm of Chinese showbiz. Behind the flawless photos and cinematic lighting lies a man of almost military discipline. Suu-kai is known to rehearse scenes until perfection, often staying long after others have gone home. He studies scripts word by word, refining his tone, posture, and emotional delivery. Directors praise his commitment, saying he's not afraid of criticism and constantly pushes for improvement. He approaches every role like a personal challenge, not to impress others, but to surpass himself. He once said, "I'm not competing with anyone else. I'm competing with the version of me from yesterday." That mindset defines his journey. Even when exhausted, he refuses mediocrity. And that relentless pursuit of excellence is what turned a shy young man into one of China's most respected stars, admired not only for his looks but for his unstoppable drive. At 28, Suu-kai stands at the edge of a new era. He's mastered the world of television and captured hearts across Asia. But what comes next? Insiders say he's turning toward deeper, more challenging projects, stories that demand not beauty, but bravery. He wants to portray characters that reflect real struggles, mental battles, moral dilemmas, and emotional truths rarely seen on screen. That evolution marks the beginning of his transition, from idol to icon, from celebrity to craftsman. He's not chasing fame anymore. He's chasing meaning. As his artistry matures, Suu-kai may well become one of China's most enduring figures, not just for his face, but for his humanity. And that's what separates stars from legends: legacy. Suu-kai's story is more than a tale of fame. It's a lesson in persistence, humility, and transformation. From a nameless dreamer to a 50 million fan phenomenon, he's shown that the strongest light often comes from the darkest struggles. He's faced scandals, pressure, and public doubt. Yet every time he rose higher. Not because he shouted louder, but because he worked harder. His journey reminds us that true success isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. And as long as Suu-kai continues to grow, learn, and shine, his star will keep burning brighter. Not just in the industry, but in the hearts of everyone who's ever believed in him. Thank you for watching LVT Showbiz, your home for emotional, insightful stories from the world of Chinese entertainment. If Suu-kai's journey inspired you, subscribe now, leave a comment, and tell us. What do you admire most about him? His discipline, his talent, or his unshakable calm? Stay tuned for more weekly stories that uncover the truth behind the glitz and glamour. Until next time, keep shining, because every fan, just like every star, has a story worth telling.